I would say those sports streams now, like scoring a brace, and I've had a couple of like playing professional soccer. I don't know why, but are definitely better than sex streams. They're like way more exciting.
So I have had.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about sex streams.
Yeah, I don't think I really have sex dreams really anymore.
I didn't for a long time, and then I started to again.
The sports dreams for me, the ones that I remember anyway, are always my adult brain in my high school body playing football.
Are you able to run as fast as you like, or is it slow? Like
I'm the exact same athleticism that I had in high school, and I'm just playing better because I know what the fuck is going on. Yeah,
that sounds nice. Mine are usually I can't. I'm missing like one piece of equipment, and I can't. They won't let me on the field, and I have to like run back to the locker room and find it, and then I get sidetracked, and then I can never get on the fucking field, and it's a goddamn nightmare. I have that dream like once a month.
Oh,
TJ knows what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Does he?
Yeah.
I think it's a common sort of dream.
Yeah, I've had those.
Something you really want to do, and like,
but,
you can, like
I had a
barely
dream. No, I had a dream.
What?
I had a dream that we went back to Somers High School to play football, but we were the age we are now.
Just getting embarrassed.
Oh,
I'm not. Is my connection fucked?
No,
yeah, you're like really lagged out.
Hang on.
You want to see something cool?
Yep.
Do you know what this is?
Of course I do. Holy shit! Where'd you get that?
I have a box full of them.
And
Z-Bots, baby.
Are you?
What is that?
It's a Z-Bot.
Oh, sick.
I assume that you're not allowing your kids to play with it. You're just playing with it.
Only under my supervision.
Yeah. Smart.
Yeah.
That
Daddy's
Z-Bots
special
fucking
toys.
rules.
Z-Bots rule.
Oh man. Fuck yeah.
You get cool boy toys. We got like Barbie Dreamhouse. I don't want to play with that.
Dude,
Alex is just like look at the fucking Barbie Dreamhouse. Holy shit. I was like, it's not that exciting.
No.
It's starting to get cool. I got 2 remote control monster trucks, a Hot Wheels tower, a monster truck ramp, and like a huge Power Wheels.
Good.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we got a remote control car too.
Remote control car is like the most fun thing.
Yeah.
No matter how slow they are, they're still fun.
My favorite gift we got was the Magnetiles. Those are fun.
Magnetiles rule.
What's that?
They're just like you can build structures with them. They're like magnets.
Oh, I've seen that shit. Yeah,
they're fun. They're great. It's like
I didn't know the name of it.
Yeah. Now we run our monster trucks through the Magnetiles. That's the evolution.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Riley just wants me to beat her up all day, which is fun too, but it's tiring.
Yeah. Just wrestle all day long.
She's kind of tall. She's kind of big and tall, and she weighs a lot, and she just wants me to toss her around. And I'm,
she's
not that
your
strong,
ass, man. She's gonna kick your ass. She's gonna kick your candy ass.
Yeah, hope so. Is my connection bad?
I think so.
I don't know.
It's just delayed.
You guys keep going in and out for me.
Oh, but I can hear Dan fine.
Oh, get fucking lost. I just ran a
all right. Let me be right back.
Okay, be
2
right
minutes.
back.
2 minutes.
Yeah, what's the mock?
I just started the first round of one, just the second, and the first 4 picks are Joe Alt, Marvin Harrison, Brock Bowers, and Fashionua.
Not a chance.
Like no one took a quarterback. Yeah, I got to like restart it.
Chance. No.
Yeah, it's like okay, sure, yeah.
Yeah, on what planet?
I guess like out of like the one out of every 100 I do, like they'll leave me a quarterback.
Thanks for reminding me. I have to start doing it consistently again. I usually wait until January before I really dive.
It's sort of silly when the draft pick keeps changing.
Well, yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I guess waiting a month technically makes the most sense.
Yeah.
But
now the scuttlebutt is that Jaden Daniels might not make it to 5.
Yeah, I've been hearing he's moving up. I remember when he was in the crack in the top 10, and then it was like moving slowly but surely up the board. And I'm like, all right, fine. It's going to be fucking. Well, if John Merrick decides he doesn't mind drafting a black guy, Penix, I would imagine, would be in the conversation because he's very much so a black guy.
He is.
Yeah, which I'm into. Obviously, that would be great.
There's one white guy. Well, Bo Nix, but no one wants him.
Yeah, I don't want Bo Nix.
No.
I don't think there's going to be a point between now and the draft where I'm going to want him. I'm not.
No, he's not what you might as well have Daniel Jones.
No. Oh, by the way, congratulations on winning there, Daniel.
Oh, thank you. I think the best team won.
Well, yes, naturally. What a fucking bizarre playoffs, though. Overall, I mean, it was very strange.
Like the fuck up in it.
Well, yeah, PJ and I were talking about it the other night. That was odd, and it just kind of had a weird flow to it. Sean,
there's so many. There's so many injuries and so many star players didn't perform.
Yep.
Yeah, strange for sure.
It's funny. I had very similar. I drafted similarly in a lot of leagues, but very different players, and I had a lot of the same results in multiple leagues. Middle of the pack, just worked out that way.
Man, Colin and I were in epic battle for 7th place, and I lost.
I think I kicked your ass, actually.
Yes, you beat me by 50 points.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I scored over 100 points. You scored 150 or 60 points or something.
It was the highest fucking points I had all season, I think.
So did you end up beating PJ because he didn't start wide receiver?
No, I would have beat him anyway.
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered.
All right, good. That same thing happened in our Oneonta League, which I thought was funny. I texted PJ. I was like, don't feel so bad.
Yeah.
But his excuse was ESPN didn't show him as questionable. I was like, well, when did you look last? 4 days ago? Because he's been questionable every time I've checked.
Guaranteed.
He's like, the app's broken.
No, guaranteed. He looked on Monday. He saw nothing and then just left it.
Just let it ride on championship week. The pot was was like $1,800. You let it ride.
What do you end up getting? Like 117.75 or something like that?
I don't know. PJ made me agree to give him his money back if he lost. If the loser of the championship would get his money back.
Do you guys just take winner takes all?
No,
we do. Points champion for the season gets money back. Regular season champion gets money back, and then the rest to the championship. No second place money,
which is kind of shitty in a way. I think it's kind of shitty. You get that far and you get absolutely jack shit.
PJ was king of luck all season, though. He had the least amount of points scored. He just had good head-to-head matchup luck.
So he had a lot of my teams from the past. We flip-flopped.
Yeah.
I was king of luck for a long time there.
Yeah. So.
Now
king of suck all the time, though.
When you're lucky.
You're sucky.
Okay.
Hey guys, welcome to the Big Blue United podcast. My name is TJ. I'm here with Dan and Colin, and Happy New Year, guys. What's your resolution?
Happy New Year.
I don't know. You put me in the spot. It's hard to improve upon what I already got going. So I guess maybe to come up with a resolution for 2025 will be my resolution for 2024.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's my resolution? I don't know. To continue to do what TJ you like to make fun of me for doing is seeing all the friends I can possibly see as much as possible.
I'm not making fun of you. It's really just like a jealousy thing.
It's a luxury.
And then I warp into making fun of you about it, but really, actually, I'm self-conscious about you having all those friends, and I don't. If you really want to know. So yeah, that's actually good because it comes to my resolution, which I'm going to try to hang out with as little as people as possible this year.
Nice.
I'm going to try to spend as little time with anyone that I care about except for my daughter. That's the only person I'm going to hang out with.
All right, when people come to the bar that you're friends with, are you going to not let them in? I'm
going to start
headshots of all of us and be like, no, don't let these people in the bar.
I'm going to start doing I hate to bring up Kanye again, but I'm going to start doing a Kanye fashion thing. I'm just going to wear a black mask everywhere I go.
No one knows who you are.
Yeah.
Or everyone does.
I hope the former. As usual, guys, please follow Big Blue United on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can follow us, BBU Podboys with the Z on Twex. So here we are. The season's over. It's week 18. And, what should we discuss? Should we talk about this Rams
The season
game?
has been over.
Yeah.
And
I'm
week 7. I don't know.
Hey, it was a victory this past week, and a victory.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Yeah, sure.
We could just straight up talk about the competitiveness, almost winning, losing by 1 point, and still losing. So it was a success. And honestly, as much as I would like to, feel good about some of these performances and like end on a high note so we can ride it into the off season or whatever baloney we try to tell ourselves, I don't care. I don't care how we lose, just lose.
Yeah.
And then we'll figure it out in the offseason. There's going to be a lot of people on this team that are going to not be on it anymore, including the coaching staff, you'd like to hope. And so, just get through Sunday and then fire Bobby Johnson into the sun at about 7:30.
Yeah. We need a new offensive line coach. That's obvious. I hope a new special teams coordinator as well.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, yeah. And Colin, I think you said it best. Like, it was a fun game to watch. We didn't lose draft position. And, you're on, I think this is the 4th guy kicking field goals for the Giants this year. That's why you lost. Cause Mason Crosby is
had a
bad game. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't be really happier with the outcome. I think that everybody, the offense looked pretty good. I think we saw, Slayton's having another good year. Wandale had some flashes in this game. Defensive side of the ball as well. I think a lot of guys, looked good. I don't know. I mean, I always, it's funny always to look more forward to the offseason than the actual season, but that's where we're at right now. So,
yeah, echo everything you guys said. It's also good that it followed up sort of a close chance to beat the Eagles, who got stomped by the Cardinals this week, but it's another, quality loss, which I think matters when you're trying to tank. So
quality losses, that's all we're looking for as Giants fans.
But it vindicated us in the sense that like the players that we like and want here to be long term are performing well. It showed that what an offense can look like with a vertical passing game, which is something that Daboll wants to institute. Teases out what could happen if we have a capable quarterback. And shows that there's pieces that make that offense work. I think Jalen Hyde also had a good game, even though there's a couple. I think he had like a pretty deep pass that got called back too.
Yeah,
it did.
Which would have, I think, given like Tyrod Taylor like close to 400 yards passing.
Yeah. He had 310 passing and I think 40 on the ground. So I mean,
and a couple called back.
He's clearly the best quarterback on the roster. I mean, I don't know why.
For certain.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even be the slightest bit surprised if that guy, because he will walk, gets a situation on another team next season where he's actually competing.
Yeah, he's one of the best backup quarterbacks.
I think there's not a ton of talent at the quarterback position at the moment. I mean, I think there's like some young guys that are developmental, but right now, if you really look around the league, I couldn't really name 10 great quarterbacks in the NFL. There's maybe 5.
Even the really good ones are having off years too. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact if you kind of look at Lamar Jackson's numbers, they're not all that impressive if you compare it to his last MVP season. So the fact that he's like the front runner for MVP at this point is kind of confusing. I mean, it just kind of goes to show you where the league is at. I think a lot of injuries too. So, I mean,
I would say if you watch him play,
touchdown passes.
But you see what he does in game, and it's no one can do what he does. He's incredible.
I mean, I don't disagree with you. I just often find that a lot of these awards are like almost purely based on statistics, for the most part.
Sure.
Yeah, they might not be doing it based on statistics only. It might be just what Dan said. It's the fact that he is the one that's doing some creative things and winning games by a lot on teams that are not supposed to be getting beaten by that much.
Yep.
So makes sense.
Yeah,
it's going to be an interesting postseason.
Mm-hmm.
They must have given Miami like an identity crisis after that game.
Oh yeah,
just manhandled them.
Yeah,
there's nobody.
I didn't even watch it. Go ahead.
I watched both games at once.
I saw the score afterwards, and I was like, "Holy shit! I can't believe that's how that ended."
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody in the AFC that's as good as them.
Yeah.
And I think the same, even though they blew out the 49ers, I still think the 49ers are far superior to anyone in the NFC too. That's my Super Bowl matchup.
Yeah.
49ers, Ravens, maybe the lights will stay on this time.
Part 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would sincerely like to hope. No. Here's the Super Bowl. I'll tell you what the Super Bowl is. Lions, Browns,
Me and
baby.
you?
Let's go.
Oh,
Lions, Browns?
Sure.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Do you have money on that or
down.
something?
No, hell no. I'd just be really excited if that was the case. I mean, that wouldn't be
I'll
a bad.
root for the Lions, man.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
for Flacco?
I mean, that would be a really fun game. You know, it would be.
Browns, Ravens, AFC Championship. That would
49ers, Ravens would be more fun.
Yeah. But it's been
I don't know.
These two teams in a Super Bowl, that's the insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, the Cowboys almost lost. That would have been a great loss.
Dude, they're going to blow it.
Loss.
You know, they're showing it already. They're going to choke it up. They're going to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the Eagles are more likely to choke it up than the Cowboys, but
as long as they don't choke up next week. As long as they deliver next week.
Yep.
Well, we should mention that Sirianni said they might sit their starters. I don't think that's going to happen because if the Commanders beat them. Yeah. If the Commanders beat the Cowboys, then the Eagles beat the Giants and the Eagles win the division. So you got to go for it. Like you can't just sit your guys. I mean, this is not how this works. Well, who knows about the Eagles? They're freaking idiots, but
yeah, the guy's a scumbag, so he'll probably pull some crap.
Exactly. Yeah. He has a scumbag. Sirianni, don't like the guy.
No. I really don't like that man.
I think I might be watching the Jets Patriots more intensely.
Really?
Next week. Because I just really would like the Patriots to win.
I know
that
Colin
would help
sent,
us. No?
I know.
Yeah, Colin sent this earlier, but we should talk about how the Giants are still 5th pick right now. If they do beat the Eagles, I think they'll drop to 8. However, if the following things happen, we can have the number one pick. Lost to Eagles, Commanders beat Cowboys, Cardinals beat Seahawks, Patriots beat Jets, Falcons beat Saints, Broncos beat Raiders, Steelers win at Ravens, or Colts beat Texans. So, just a couple things there. But you know what I'm doing? I'm doing this parlay next weekend, no matter what.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna put $1 on it. The payout's gonna be like $3,000.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's
TJ's.
how small probability this is.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
Sure would.
I don't know. How would you ever come back from that? That'd be the peak of your life, pretty much. Giants.
Well,
you get the second pick. You get $3,000 on top of it.
Yeah, and it's next year, so I don't have to declare it on my taxes for this year.
No.
More financial planning. Be great.
Or crypto investing.
Well, that's in the wheelhouse. That's all in the wheelhouse coming up.
Yeah.
The year's over. Got to do the books.
Let's talk taxes, guys. Let's talk taxes. How are we doing? Are you getting your taxes started? It's the new year. I know I like to get it out of the way first thing.
Well, I have to wait till the end of the month to get my statement from my brokerage. And then I have to wait several months for my accountant to get my K-1 from the business. Yeah. And then last year I filed on the exact last day, which I assume I'll be paying this year.
Same.
It's all in someone else's hands, man. I pay somebody to do this. It's too confusing. I don't know anything. All I know is that lose as much money as you can. You don't have to pay tax.
We definitely pay someone now. We didn't for years, and then when we got married, we're just like, let's just do this the right way. And we do try to do it early. This past year we did. The year before we were super late, and the woman we sent it to was just like, "Why are you laughing? This is real."
I was joking about talking about our taxes, and now we're actually talking about our taxes.
Well, because it really goes to show just how much more interesting this is than the football season that we're enduring right now.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it wasn't a horrible. I mean, I think at the beginning of the year, we all had higher expectations of what had happened. But I think if you look back to the previous year, there was a lot of close games. There was a lot of, winning by a small margin. I think beating the Vikings in the playoffs was just a total aberration. I think once you lost the Eagles in the playoffs, you really saw what the team was. And that's really the game that you should have looked at to see what was going to happen next year.
Yeah.
And instead, we were like all hyped up. Even the three of us, the biggest Daniel Jones skeptics on earth, I think we all had an inkling that he might have a decent season. Obviously not.
Yeah, I think we thought he'd at least be as good as he was last year.
Yeah,
I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
I think we all sort of thought that was his peak,
Mhm.
and that would make it for an interesting enough season if he just kept the same level. But he regressed amazingly, which was also sort of enjoyable for me because it made me feel good about everything I had said about him for the previous 5 years.
Mhm.
But we're in the same routine and where I've been running mock drafts, daily for the past 2 months.
Mhm.
Just can't wait for April, baby.
Do you know that there's still people who believe in Daniel Jones out there?
Yes.
I think I didn't do it, but I think I unintentionally, subconsciously muted all of that from Twitter at this point. I just don't even. Whenever his name is brought up,
Daniel Jones blocker.
I just skip it altogether. I don't even read it. I see it and I leave.
I'm off. I'm kind of off.
I leave the internet.
I do Giants
Reddit. Your Wi-Fi
now.
off.
Giants Reddit is way better. Giants Reddit's where it's at.
I've tried. It's not as interesting to me for some reason because it feels like there's dumber people on Twitter for some reason. And I
couldn't agree with you more. It's like you can actually there's actually intelligent people on Reddit occasionally. On Twitter, it's just like most brain dead individual ever that you're arguing with.
Here's a question. Here's a scenario, and we're talking hypotheticals because it's all we got. What if? Would you guys be okay with the idea that somehow Daniel Jones was able to parlay his level of play from last season into this season and for the foreseeable future? What would you think about that? If that
quarterback purgatory,
it can't happen.
Quarterback purgatory.
Well, that's not the answer. That's not the answer.
If Daniel Jones can play. If Daniel Jones could play like he did in the second half of the Cardinals game all the time, he would be great. But he can't do that. So I think we hit the nail on the head either last week or the week before when we're like Daboll's offensive scheme is really good, and Daniel Jones is too stupid to run it. Yeah, that's why DeVito and Tyrod have had more success than him.
You're right.
Let Daboll cook. You can't cook right now with
he's starving. Have you seen him? He looks like he's lost a couple of pounds. He's starving right now.
Does he?
Yeah.
Starving. Yeah. What is he like?
No,
what is he like? 280. He probably gained more weight from all the stress eating.
He's probably not sleeping at home. He's probably sleeping on that couch in the office.
Yeah. I don't know.
You're like a millionaire, but you don't have a bed in your office. You have to sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
It keeps you.
I don't know.
That's how you keep that dog in you. You gotta keep yourself tough. You get soft if you sleep on a bed.
Oh, stay humble.
Yeah. Stay humble.
Right.
Keep grinding.
Yeah. He probably doesn't have a couch. He probably sleeps on the floor. Probably
he sleeps sitting up. He sleeps sitting up.
Yeah. Missed the joke.
Missed it completely. You cut out. You cut out.
Collins, just before you did bring up, some players that you didn't think would be on the team next year. Do you guys want to just touch on maybe who the Giants you think might re-sign? Oh no, I cut out. Okay. I was gonna say, Colin had mentioned that a lot of people aren't gonna be back next year. So I pulled up the list of free agents. I'm just curious. You think anyone's gonna get signed?
Let's build
something weird going on with
Colin's spaceship. Just stop talking for a second. Just let's build Colin's spaceship to the moon or to the sun. Where do you send these people, Colin?
Oh, the sun.
Okay, Colin's spaceship right into the sun. Let's build the list. So you have the list of people that are contracts are up, TJ. Okay,
all right, I know. Number one, into the sun, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
Let's send him to like that library in Interstellar when he's behind the books and he's trying to talk to what his career could have been. We didn't fucking. That's where he's going. He doesn't get to go to the sun.
So he's going to be Matthew McConaughey looking through from behind the bookcase,
rewatching all of our podcasts, saying you're a running back, you don't matter, and he has to just watch that forever.
Yeah, I mean, I think we definitely need to spend $13 million a year on a guy who averages 3 yards a carry. I think that's really helpful for this team.
He also gets to see the thought process of Dave Gettleman in the draft war room from behind that bookcase and see how little thought was put into his selection. Just like Gettleman with like grease stains and like looking at his fingers like, give me the kid from Penn State. He's good, right? Yeah, gotta have him.
Well, okay.
Saquon's
who else? How about Dory Jackson?
Yeah, I don't care if he leaves. Why is that funny?
I think
Because he's like one of the better players on the team.
I think somebody else could be signed.
I don't know.
I think he's replaceable.
He's had some stinkers this year for sure. Which goes to show how our level of play. Who next?
Sport Track has his annual salary at $11.3 million a year, which I think might be overpaying for him.
Yeah, I'd say
for this team.
If you look at the best corners in the league are making like 18. Darius Slay makes like 14 million, so I think that might be a bit of a stretch. So I don't care if he's back because I think the corner depth, both in the draft and in free agency this year, is quite deep.
Yeah,
deep depth.
Who else you got here on this list?
Isaiah Simmons.
I like him.
Favorable contract.
Bring him back.
Bring him back cheap.
They use him in all sorts of ways.
Exactly. Oh, I liked it. I noticed they showed like his positioning, and it was like ///, and I don't think I've seen that since he's come to us. Like it was DB, linebacker, safety, defensive end, or something was on there too. So that I like that kind of.
Did you see on that punt return? There was a punt return for a touchdown, right?
Yeah.
He was basically like the lead blocker, and he like outran whatever Gunnar Oshinsky. What's that guy's name?
Oshesky.
He was like running in front of him, and he's so fast.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Love
to see it.
Okay,
Tyrod we already talked about. I think the number one is Xavier McKinney, who I'm on the fence on.
I think he's a leader of the defense.
Played this weekend.
Be nice to have them both. I mean,
I
don't know what his market value is. I don't know what kind of contract they'll have to sign him to.
Me either.
There's no info on Sport Track, but right now he's still in his rookie deal, $2.6 million a year. He's a second round pick, I believe, or late.
And
first.
when is it up? What year was it?
Oh, he must have been a second round pick because there's no fifth year option. So this is because contract's up this year. This is fourth season.
Okay, so I mean, I think it would have to not be an outrageous deal. I mean, he's done all right. He's not like a superstar,
Franchise tag him.
Yeah.
Oh,
for a safety that might not be expensive.
Yeah,
probably.
You have it at your disposal.
That might be.
I doubt they're going to use it.
I wouldn't be the slightest bit surprised if that's on the table.
I bet he'd hate
at least
that,
to retain him and sign him.
He's the kind of guy whose personality doesn't seem to go well when he doesn't get what he wants.
Yeah, I know. He's kind of a little bitch boy sometimes, huh?
Yeah.
Little baby bitch boy.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm not, Paris Campbell bust.
Gone.
Glad he'll be gone.
Yeah, gone.
A'Shawn Robinson, he had a good year. If they can get him back for the same price, I would be down.
He's been playing well.
He quietly has been having a pretty good year. Yeah, at least as a rotational piece, especially like after Leo left. I'd be down.
What's his
Jihad?
Age? Oh,
he's a little older.
What's A'Shawn's age?
A'Shawn is 28. He'll be 29 soon.
Oh yeah,
boy, he's got him
for another 1
big
year.
Fat head. Wow.
Yeah, another 1 year would be fine there. Jihad, honestly,
Hottie. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the guy. I wouldn't be heartbroken if he walked.
But like, did you see? I think he had a sack or a tackle for a loss this game, and
he did.
Everyone went nuts. Like he's got to be the favorite guy in the locker room.
Yeah, he is.
People love that dude.
All right,
so he demand a huge contract.
Wait a second, Dan.
Is that your third pass rusher? You want to use
Dan, back it up. Pump the brakes here. Are you supporting the idea of re-signing a locker room guy?
If he's not like a first round. First off, I am the Daniel Colt McCoy stan. First off, king of the locker room. Secondly, I'm also for not signing, like drafting guys in the second round because they were captains at Syracuse.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's the opposite, Colin. Contract, because Jihad is not like that.
Yeah,
and he's like the most in your face annoying dude ever.
Yeah. All right. His play has been quiet. He's been in and out of games. He'd go invisible. He doesn't play a lot, or his snap counts are less.
Yeah, I'm not signing him for reason on the field.
Yeah. No, and I'm glad that you said what you said about him. Honestly, being a locker room guy, because it is clear the stadium was very loud when he had that sack, and it was a big deal. And
he's actually
if he comes cheap,
he's had the most sacks ever in his career in this season with 4.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
4. I'm just saying, like, if you have 53 roster spots, I know the guy is a great presence on your team, but I feel like, you could get a rotational pass rusher that's better than him for, similar money, if not more, or a rookie. Either way. I want him back, but I can envision that he won't be.
Hometown discount? I can't imagine he demands much money on the open market.
No. Yeah, I think it would have to be it'd have to line up nice. Like not too much money. It makes sense. We need the depth. He's a wink guy too. That's a big thing with the defense for sure. They've known each other a long time, so that probably plays into his popularity with the other players. So yeah, all right, I'm into it.
I like him.
Keep him.
Sterling Shepard. I hope he's wide receiver coach next year.
Yeah. Directly to coaching
quality
staff.
Control. Yeah.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah, he's got nothing on the field.
That drop. I mean, he threw him one ball and he dropped it. Yeah,
that was awful. That was awful.
We all love him, but his playing days are over. I think that's obvious as much to anybody watching the games.
Yeah.
A lot of guys, who cares? Matt Breida, whatever, replaceable. Casey Kreider. I don't know if you guys get attached to long snappers like I do.
Him.
He's no Zach Diossi.
Yeah, exactly. Granted, he doesn't screw anything up, so that's good. But he's not exciting. He doesn't have that great long snapper personality that you really need.
All right. The rest of these guys are fringe players. I just want you to say son or no son.
Okay.
Matt Pert.
Wait. No son.
Wait. You want to keep him on the team?
Son?
Like launch him into the sun or not launch him into the sun?
Oh, got it.
Launch him into the sun.
Yeah.
Sorry, I sounded more specific.
Got it. Yeah.
Son.
Matt Pert.
Son him. Yeah.
Darnay Holmes.
I have love for Darnay Holmes.
Yeah, me too. No son.
No son. Gunner.
Son him.
He's been fine, but he's like, whatever.
Yeah, Ben Bredesen.
No son.
Keep him. No son.
No, yeah, let's re-sign him. Yeah, Wyatt Davis. I don't even know who that is. Guard.
Son him.
Shane Lemieux.
Son him.
Direct flight to the sun.
Yeah.
Nick McLeod.
No son.
Nick McLeod, I think, should be re-signed. He should be re-signed.
Yes. Yeah.
He's cheap and has moments.
Yep.
Darian Beavers, who is oddly already up. Contract is already up.
No son.
Wait. He is a restricted free agent. Excuse me. So he'll probably be fine.
I think
Carter Coughlin.
Wait. Back to Beavers. He hasn't been able to really prove himself, and he's an athletic specimen. So I kind of want to keep him around for one more season of not being unhealthy or unhealthy.
Yeah.
And no son there. Carter Coughlin, he can get sunned. Although no. Hold on. He's a good special teams guy. Special teams is good. All right, with him, he's decent.
Yeah. He's expected to make under $1 million for his salary.
Okay. No son.
Cool. No son. This is a good game. We should play it again.
Get sun
next year.
Get sun. Get sun.
Sun him up. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Where are your thoughts on the draft? Has anything changed, or are we still QB'd out? Jaden Daniels sort of piques my interest.
Yeah. Dan and I were talking about him a little bit earlier, and it's one of those things where he keeps creeping up the board. So I think you honestly have to consider Penix in the conversation of things, at least as a possibility, depending on where we're at and how the rest of the draft is going up until that point. I can't picture John Mara being a part of a draft where he drafts a black quarterback. I think his head would explode for some reason. So that's like a wall to get through for whatever, take that as you will. But Yeah, I don't know. You guys have been doing a little more draft research. I usually like to wait a little bit longer because it's still not really set what the order is truly going to be in. So I like to dive in once it's a better idea there. You know.
Do you think there's any scenario where the Giants are trading up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think there's a lot of question marks with the people that will be drafting first. So what is it? It's the Bears. It's a mix of the Bears, the Patriots, the Commanders, and maybe the Cardinals. Depending on I think the Bears have a decision make with Justin Fields. He's been playing pretty interesting football, I guess, for lack of a better term. Like lots of flashes, lots of same old. Are they going to ride or die with him? Same thing with the Cardinals and Murray, also a guy with a lot of talent. And I don't know if they believe in him or not. It really sucks that we beat the Commanders and the Patriots, man. Those 2 wins really, really coming back to haunt us because they definitely are going to take a quarterback. And that's what we need the miracle for. But I don't know. I mean, I think it's a stupid caveat, but everyone's got to do it. If there's a quarterback the Giants like in this draft, they shouldn't fuck around and they should draft him with the 5th pick. If they could trade up and ensure we get one of the top 2, I think they have the ammunition to do it. I think a future first and this year's and the 5th and an additional 2nd get you pretty close with additional throw-ins. And to get a potential generational quarterback, I have no problem giving a lot of, future draft equity. And I think they could get there, but the problem is there a circumstance in which the Commanders or Patriots would trade their pick unless you can jump the Bears at 1, who might not need a quarterback.
I think it's more likely that one of them trades up to 1. I feel like Ryan Poles has such a difficult, decision to make this offseason that's really going to make or break that franchise for many years. If I'm him,
he's going to get compared to
Fields. I trade down.
Well, right. That's the trade we're looking for.
I mean,
he's going to essentially the entire Caleb Williams and Drake May's career. He's going to have to hope they suck because everyone's going to murder him if they're good, or at least better than Justin Fields.
It is rough.
Yeah.
Dan, I kind of I have to agree with you. I know I've kind of flip-flopped a lot on this issue, but I think that just after watching kind of the Giants' last game and maybe some of the better performances they have this year, they're really, a good quarterback away from being competitive. I'm not going to say like a playoff team, but being truly competitive with some good quarterback play. So in my mind, if you have to give up your next year's first, if you really, really believe in Williams or May and you make that trade up, go for it. If you screw it up, then we still suck. We've sucked for, 15 years. So might as well take a shot at this point.
Everyone's like, you got to draft a offensive lineman with this pick. It's like, we've already tried that and we still suck. That's not the solution.
Shane has drafted more linemen than anybody since he took over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And the coaching is the problem.
Yes, that's, and it couldn't be any more obvious than right now at this point. And that's why that guy's,
You know what really got me? I was watching the Packers game. Mm-hmm. Zach Tom. Do you remember that name?
No.
I remember his name from mock drafts. I mock drafted him all the time in like the 4th round, 3 years ago. He was from 2 years ago from Wake Forest, just like a tall, athletic tackle that you get in like the 4th or 5th. He's like a number 1, right tackle in the NFL. Like totally good.
Great.
Creed Humphrey is that guy for me, who I was drafting every time I did a mock draft that year, and now he's the best center in the league. By the way, I know I sent this to you guys, but John Michael Schmitz is the worst rated center in the entire NFL.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's odd though. You have a guy.
He looks good.
Evan Neal too. Yeah, no, but you have Evan Neal too. Like both these guys were like basically just like plug and play starters.
Yeah.
Like prospects anyway. And then they come to the Giants and they're both just absolutely atrocious. It makes you wonder how Andrew Thomas ever got this good. Exactly. What did Andrew Thomas get that they didn't get?
Pure athletic ability.
Or was Lemieux? Yeah, I mean Lemieux was Gettleman, but there's two guards, 2 tackles, 1st round pick tackle, 3rd round pick tackle, 2nd round pick guard. None of these people have panned out at all when they're athletic and draft profile would at least indicate that they could be a rotational player in the league.
Yeah. I mean, third round guards should be starters at some point.
Bobby yeah. Bobby Johnson. King of the Sun.
Yeah, he's raw.
There you go. Anything else you guys want to touch on today?
Okay. Would you rather have the allow the Eagles to absolutely kick our ass and get their confidence up and then blow it in the playoffs, or continue to play like garbage and somehow we almost beat them?
I'd be happy to end the season with on a positive note. I mean, obviously, I think the Giants are going to lose, and I think we all want them to lose. But if they put another competitive game against, a team that has been looking good for the majority of the season, I'll be at, they dropped the last 4 or 5 games. They're not looking great now, but I still think it, beating Philly or, being competitive against Philly is always a positive for me.
Yeah. I mean, hope for that situation where they play good and something goes the wrong way that's out of their control and they lose is ideal, right? No harm or foul in that. But I guess it would be, I don't know. I don't really care what the Eagles do as long as they win. They're not going to win the Super Bowl.
They're not. They're definitely not going.
No.
God, that would suck though.
All right. Thanks for listening tonight, guys. You can follow us at Big Blue United on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can follow BBU Pod Boys with a Z on Twitter. And we'll be doing our last game, wrapping it up for a couple weeks till the Super Bowl, and we'll get into some off-season stuff, I would imagine. We'll probably take a couple weeks off here and there, I would think.
Yeah. Worked hard this year.
Very. Thanks, guys. Take care.